All right, peace to you, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Now, in today's video, I just want to make a quick response to Drake's video he made where he has an image of me up and he's talking about these Muslims who hate watch his channel. And basically, the point he brings up, he says, um, why weren't there any imams proving the earth is flat? Because it is pretty much only him who's proving the earth is flat. This is indicative of the fact that he is the one who carries the truth in the year 2023, and we should be following him and listening to him and taking orders from him, etc. And my response to that quickly is just there have been many, many people who have contributed to this flat earth cause. There have been many Christians like Austin Whitsey. You call yourself a Jew, right? A Messianic Jew. You're not a Christian, at least in your eyes. There have been there have been Christians as well, like Austin Whitsey. There have been Jacobins like Jeranism, and what's the other guy's name? Mark Sargent. Eric Dubé is like an Eastern mystic. There have been many people from all different fields, all different backgrounds that have contributed to the flat earth movement, and we've all learned from each other's scholarship. So, I mean, here's the thing, like, undoubtedly, and if we're going to use that as the metric for who has the truth, who's the one who's been speaking the most about flat earth, then we're all going to have to become Trinitarian Christians, including Drake, because Trinitarian Christians, undoubtedly, at least on the internet, they're the ones who have the monopoly on this market of flat earth. And I mean, Drake himself, he stands on the scholarship of many men, just as I have, right? He quotes Morris Klein, he quotes many men. He even said that he got obsessed with this one theologian. What is his name? His name is Gordon Clark, right? And he's learned a lot of philosophy through Gordon Clark. Listen, man, I've learned through so many people. I have learned, the philosophy and the theology aspect of this through you. I have learned through like a lot of the NASA exposés. Jeranism does a very good job at that, kind of dissecting the videos. I've learned the basics of flat earth through Eric Dubé. What inspired me to write my book? Listen, okay, you have to understand that there's a difference between how him and I think. Me, it's not about my ego. I don't care who said what, who did what. I don't care if somebody takes my Flat Earth Manifesto and quotes it and doesn't even credit me for it. I don't care. For me, all it's about is the truth. I want the truth to be out there, and it's not this kind of de-measuring contest of who said what. I do not care. Okay, all that matters for me is the truth getting out. I knew when I was 16 and I came across this incredible information of flat earth. And by the way, he wasn't the one who introduced me to flat earth. It was brother Sam Gerrans. When I came across this information, I knew that a thorough, comprehensive book had to be written on this issue, specifically from the Quran alone perspective. And that is what I ventured out to do. Right? I did it to please God and the Most High. I didn't do it to glorify myself or anything like that. I don't care. I don't care. It's not about who said what or who did what. His paradigm is completely different from me. Right? In the end, my body, everything is going to die. I'm going to return to the dust of the earth, and God is going to resurrect me. And there's only one who's going to be exalted that day, and it's the Most High. And all I'm going to have is my deeds. And I just saw this incredible truth, and I don't have much. I don't have amazingly good looks. I don't have amazing physical strength. I don't have amazing charisma. But what God has given me is at least I have a propensity towards writing. So I thought, whatever the Most High has given me, I want to use it as a tool in His cause. And I'm just going to try to write this book on the flat earth, and I'm going to learn from multiple people, many original insights as well. Like, for example, the part where I talk about how they've kind of resurrected the ancient pagan mysteries in their cosmology, that these are all original insights from me. I've learned from a conglomeration of people, just as he's learned from a conglomeration of people. And that's what it's about. It's about getting this truth out there that the earth is flat and stationary, and that God has created it, and that we are in the center of an immaculately designed heavenly vault. That's the whole point. It's not about me. The truth is bigger than us. Okay, it's about getting this thing out there. So his priorities are very different from mine. Uh, Another thing is the reason why we see many Christian, not Messianic Jews, not people who are like Drake, but Trinitarian Christians preaching this flat Earth stuff is we live in the West. Of course, we live in the West. We live in a latently Christian society, or at least a society that has uh, been has unfolded from at one point a Christian root. So naturally, most of the people here are going to be Christians. Most of the people here are going to be biblical believers. There are people in the East who have been talking about flat Earth as well, and flat Earth, or they've just been doubting the modern cosmology. You can look at Sheikh Bandar al-Khaybari. This guy, he has openly talked about how the earth is not what is rotating, but it is actually the sun that goes around the earth. You can talk about the book called What is Earth by Abdul Aziz Ansari. And this guy is a hadithan talking about flat earth. He shows that even not just the Quran, but even the early hadith followers, they believed the earth was flat and stationary as well. Sahih Bukhari, Muslim, Imam Bukhari, these guys believed the earth was flat, and obviously they did. And they put it in their hadiths that they have collected, of course, because there was no NASA back then. There was no propaganda. Obviously, these people were just going to go with what the Quran says and what their senses experience. So they believe the earth was flattened too. So, it's not just only messianic Jews who follow Drake, which are doing work in this field. No, there have been many, many people who have contributed, and we also live in the West, so naturally we're only going to see the Christian side of this. This is going on in the East as well. You can look at Brother Sam Gerrans. He's the one who introduced me to flat Earth as well. You can look at Brother Saeed Mirza. He's also a flat Earth as well. People are talking about flat Earth from all different fields. So. And another thing is he talks about how these Western religions have sold out. And dude, I'll fully admit it, man. I'll fully admit that Hadithans have sold out. Just like the Christians have sold out, the so-called Muslim world has sold out as well. And God willing, when my book comes out, dealing with the Hadith and refuting it from every single angle, you're gonna see that's the position I hold. I'm very similar to you in the sense that I don't trust any of these mainstream institutions. I would like you, just like how you would love to go to a church and have that kind of traditional life and that community, but now because you're following more or less the truth of what the Bible says, you've been ostracized in life. The same thing has happened to me as well. I can't go to a Sunni mosque. I grew up in a Sunni background, man. I can't go because I know these people do not follow the Quran. They are utterly compromised. And the onus is now on me and the other good believers who talk to me, or maybe in their own localities, the people who follow the Quran alone, they understand the flat earth, for us to start our own communities together. We're in the same position as you. So it's, trying to characterize me as somebody who's going after a sold out Western religion. No, man, no. I'm ostracized and alone just like you. The only person I hang out with pretty much in my life is my wife. That's it. It's just me and my wife. I don't have this big clique. I don't go to the Sunni mosque. I don't. I can't because I know these people don't follow hard upon the truth. You know, in the end, here's the thing, man. You have to get your priorities straight. What's more important? Is it more important to talk about who said what first? And I mean, if we're going to talk about who said what first, the people who have resurrected the kind of modern internet flat earth movement, which you yourself have disavowed, is undoubtedly it's Mark Sargent, Eric Dubay, Jeranism. Mark Sargent and Jeranism, they're like these Jacobin conspiracy guys, and Eric Dubay is an Eastern mystic, right? All of these three ideologies, both you and I would utterly abhor. It's not about who said what, it's about getting the truth out there. That's the most important thing. And just as you have, I have adopted the scholarship from many men. It's not about me. I don't care. I just wanted to use my efforts in the cause of God to please the Most High, and hopefully collect some good deeds, some credits on my record, so that I can see it on the other side when I die. This life is short, man. This life is short. I'm returning back to God very soon, just as you are. So I don't know what the purpose of his video was. That video where I talked about my new book that I'm making, the new book that I'm writing on the issue of the Hadith, it had nothing to do with him whatsoever. It's just this ego jerking contest. It's this ego jerking contest with him, and I'm not about that. I don't care. And I'm very thankful to the Most High. I'm thankful that when I started my YouTube channel, when I started saying the things I do online publicly, I made a very, very strong oath with myself that I'm not going to put on any character. I'm not going to make this about myself. This is simply a tool to let the truth out there. It's not going to be this Waleed cult. It's not going to be about me, because the truth is greater than I am. It's more important than I am. And I thank the Most High I've done that up till now. Anybody who's either seen me in person, anybody who's talked to me on the phone, let's say just as a casual conversation, you can see the way I am online is exactly the way I am when talking to people. It's not about me. I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm just here to speak the truth and hope that the Most High is pleased with my efforts. So that's really all I got to say on the matter, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope this response was a blessing. And yeah, peace to you. Remember, deceit abounds, so keep your eyes wide open. Peace out.